What is up, Raider Nation? Y'all ready? Let's do this shit.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Traffic is picked off by Robert Spillane. Jack Jones! Amazing. Let's go, Black Woman! The back and he's caught there for the touchdown! A drill from behind! Ball's out! Big man running!
This is a great opportunity for us to come home in front of our family, fans, Raider Nation, the Black Hole.
Raiders! Goddamn right.
What is up? Welcome, everyone, to the Just Raiders Baby podcast. I am your host, your boy, Jay Raider. I appreciate everybody tapping in tonight on this beautiful Friday evening. I want to go ahead and salute to all my peoples tapping in and on the chat. Appreciate you guys watching. If you are new to the show, welcome. Just make sure you go ahead and check in and hit that like and subscribe button for sure. Trying to get to 250 subscribers, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, support the show. Also doing shows 3 times a week. Just picked up the Monday night show, so I'm doing Monday night after Cheeto. So make sure you guys turn on notifications, especially when news drop. Just like today, got the news, so make sure you guys have those turned on. For sure, 100%. You don't want to miss anything Raider related or news related that comes with the Raiders for sure, 100%. Really quick, y'all. I know I was gonna have Cheetah on. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight, but I still wanted to go ahead and jump on and chat with you guys. Talk about the biggest news that we've all been waiting for. We got at least 2 of the questions answered already that we've been waiting for the last few weeks. But now it's official. Pete Carroll is now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Man. And I don't know if y'all were tapping in last night. Excuse me. But it was pretty crazy yesterday. First you had the whole thing with Liam Cohen, right? And his shit that he pulled out in Tampa Bay, right? And people reporting that he's probably gonna be taking that Jacksonville deal, right? A lot of people got nervous. John Spytek, though he was named, it was a verbal agreement. He hadn't signed the contract yet. He hadn't signed the dotted line. And a lot of people got nervous. and it was pretty incredible. I got nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was right there as well. I was checking my updates on my Twitter account just to see if I caught wind of any little thing um, from any of the beat reporters. Fortunately, that worked out. I think it had to take that situation, everybody blowing it up, for the Raiders to really take action and literally make Spytek sign on the dotted line. Um, so that is also the other order news. John Spytek is now the general manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and we saw, I think a lot of people saw this coming, and I had named him the front runner, and a lot of people did too, just for the relationship he has with Brady, spanning a couple of decades. Um, so a lot of us saw this happening, and we finally got pen to paper, right? And it's a done deal. We can rest easy on that part. Um, he got a 5-year deal, so he's going to be around for quite a while. And I know, I know. There's some Raider fans out there with some trauma on the P. Like, well, yeah, right. This guy's gonna get fucking fired next year. Like that don't mean. And I mean, with Brady here, now the direction that it looks like they are going in, John Spytek is going to be here for quite a while. Um, and then of course our guy Pete getting making it official today. He's getting, so y'all know, he's getting a 3-year deal with a 4-year team option. Um, I don't know the exact verbiage of that team option. If I had to take an educated guess, he might not be in that head coaching position. He might be in some type of advisory role, but I don't know. I'll have to double check that, and then get back to you guys on that verbiage. With the contracts being so particular and so specific, and literally a reason why the deal with Spytek got held up yesterday, because of some of that verbiage and language that's put on that contract has to be very, very specific. So if somebody's not on board with that, usually the recipient, they're gonna have that has to be redone. That's sometimes that takes a while. So that might have been a holdup yesterday with Spytek. We don't know, but we do know it was something with the contract. So if they had to redo it, got to go through the lawyer, look it over, make sure it's copacetic, and then they sign. So, But really quick, salute to the chat. Appreciate everybody tapping in. 100% for joining me on this Friday night. Real quick, salute to my guy Christopher Raiders. Appreciate you watching, brother. Thank you for tapping in. Armando, appreciate you for watching. Lord Rochitas, welcome, brother. Thank you. And then my guy Jeff, New England Boosters. Thank you for tapping in, brother. Appreciate you watching, of course. But how do y'all feel? Let me know on the chat. What are you guys thinking about Pete? There's been, trust me, there's been some debate, and my guy Jeff went out and fought for our guy Pete yesterday, and he was on Around the Shield with Farrell and Severe, and he was putting the facts out there on Pete, and I like Pete, and I've been on the Pete train since I found out they were considering him, because I know what this guy's done. I followed him since SC. I'm from LA originally, and I'm a big SC fan. I'm all sport LA sports guy. So I've been following Pete since he's been at SC, right? And I saw him go to Seattle and do his thing there, and I was a little bit nervous when he did that. Not because it's fucking Seattle, which I have no love for them, but some at that time there were some coaches that were having that difficulty making that transition from the collegiate level to the NFL. So was a little bit nervous, but he did great. Obviously, he had a long run in Seattle that ended in 2023. Um, went out there, had winning seasons, made the playoffs numerous times, won a Super Bowl out there, NFC champions. So he is accomplished. He did it. He turned that team that was irrelevant and made it a relevant team, and it's still relevant in the NFC West. They're not the team that they were, obviously, but they're still pretty relevant. Um, knowing what he's done out there, and hearing that, they were actually considering him, was excited about it. And now that it actually comes to fruition, they came to fruition. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I want to see what now. I think now that we've answered these two questions, now it's the fun part. Now we're going to see who are they going to bring on as their coordinators, who are they going to bring on as their coaches, who are we going to sign in free agency, who are we going to go ahead and trade for, who are we going to go ahead and draft. Right, that's the most important question, and I think we've been talking about this for the last 6 months, almost, I believe, about drafting and who's going to be our quarterback. That's probably the number one question currently that it's still playing us, because this is a position that is in dire need, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be fixed immediately. Unfortunately, I know there's some people that are not going to like what I say, but sorry, AOC is not the one. AOC is not going to be the guy to go ahead and make a deep playoff run. He's not the one. It would have happened already. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because of AOC. We lost Ben Johnson. That's just the facts. So, but I'm really, really hoping to see who Pete decides to go ahead and bring in as his coordinators, as his coaching. So, that's the question. What do you guys think? Obviously we know that Pete's in, done deal. Who do you guys want to see for coaches? Who do you guys want to see for players that we draft or free agents? And I'm gonna tell you something. The rumors already started flying. They did not wait. They did not wait. Um, we're already looking at some of his former players to go ahead and possibly bring over, right? And I'll touch on that a little bit. I'm not gonna touch too much tonight. I just wanted to go ahead and chop it up with you guys. Um, talk Raiders, talk Pete Carroll, talk about the future. I got tomorrow's show. Good Morning Raiders. That's still going to be going on 10 a.m. tomorrow. I have a special guest, so you guys know, Raiders AQ. He's actually got done doing. He's a co-host with the Go 209, Josh. They have their show every week, and they just got done doing an interview with. They had Mitch Rentz on as their guest, so it was a really good show. So um, I'll have him on tomorrow. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about today's show tomorrow. Plus all this, I like his takes on a lot of the stuff that he talks about as far as Raiders. So I'm gonna go ahead and prick his brain, see what he thinks about Pete Carroll, about who they bring in as coordinators, and thoughts on free agents and all that good stuff. So for sure. Again, appreciate everybody tapping in. My guy, Jaw Raider. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Appreciate everybody here. Thank you for tapping in. My guy, Jaw. DK, grab him. Don't let him go to the chokers. Facts. And that is number one. The number one rumor right now is DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf and this guy, Geno Smith. I'm gonna share something with you right now. I sent this to the guys, and Justin might witness. So Geno put out this story probably like an hour, not too far after Pete got announced. And it was him and Pete, and he had the eyes. I, I don't know what that means. That could mean a lot of things. It means he's happy for him, maybe, or maybe, hey, I'm ready to come over. So there was a little thing about it, like talking about whether or not he should go ahead and spend more time in Seattle, or should he look for a different place. So I don't know. I don't know. That can mean, again, that can mean a lot of things. But so you guys know, DK is still under contract. Gino's still under contract. They got one more year. This is their last year. So anything were to happen where we would go ahead and try to bring these guys over, it would have to be a trade. It would have to be a trade. We have to give something up. Might be some draft capital. I don't think too high up. Maybe some cash too. Maybe a player. I don't know, but that's what you're looking at if you want like a guy like DK Metcalf. The only thing I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know if we bring him over quite yet, for the reason being is that we still haven't figured out the quarterback situation. So until I feel we get that kind of situated, or we find a direction where that will go to, then we can really start considering that option. But that's already out there. It's already floated. A lot of people saying that DK, we might be one of the teams that DK lands to. We might trade for him. I don't know. We'll see. You guys tell me your thoughts. Ja told me his thought, but for sure, that is an interesting thing. DK Metcalf to the Raiders, for sure. My guy Chris says DK and Russell Wilson. Not bad, brother. I mean, if we can get Russell cheap again, if we can get Russell cheap like uh Pittsburgh did, I'm for it. Why not? Why not? You have Justin Fields out there too. Now he might be more expensive. Um, he's a younger quarterback. I like Justin Fields a little bit more than Russell Wilson, but I'll give you this: Russell and Pete already have that relationship. They've been together for a long time in Seattle. He knows Pete. They still talk. I just read something today, so y'all know. They talk. They still have a good relationship. They talk quite frequently. I don't know. I think it's like every other day or every week, something like that. So they still have a great relationship. I see that possibly being more possible of Russell Wilson coming over to the Raiders than DK Metcalf or Justin Fields. Just over that relationship alone. And we saw what Russell did during the season. Playoffs didn't look so great, but during the season, he looked decent. Better than what we have now, for sure, 100%. Um, but it'll be interesting, and if we bring Russell, who's going to be the coordinator? So we still have those questions, to go ahead and kind of answer. And speaking of which, I mean, I've gone to different podcasts and I've shared my thoughts, but I have some a couple names in mind that I might want to go ahead and put on that list for offensive coordinators. I got Mike LaFleur from the Rams, and then Clint Kubiak, and then just released today, Bobby Slowick from the Texans. So I don't know. I really like Mike LaFleur. I don't know if that's a realistic thing. If that really happens. Give me a second. I don't know if that's going to be a realistic thing, right? But uh, Bobby got let go today. Bobby got let go, and I've not thrown that name out there from during the season as a possible offensive coordinator candidate, and now he's being more valuable. Now, one thing that kind of concerns me is that the whole thing about CJ Stroud, how he regressed a little bit this year. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I still wouldn't mind bringing him on, right? Obviously, gotta bring him in for an interview and see what he can definitely possibly bring to the table, right? For sure, 100%. Um, but that's kind of my thought process on those three guys right there. But Mike LaFleur, young, talented, up and coming coordinator. He's currently with the Rams, but he doesn't call the plays. McVay calls the plays. So if he were to come here, he would have that opportunity to actually call the plays. Obviously, this whole thing with the whole deal with Pete and his 3-year deal, essentially, right? That after those 3 years, somebody will take over. This is where you put somebody who is on the younger side that has already been with Pete, knows the system, everybody has a familiarity with can go ahead and be that successor. Or maybe it's defensive. Who knows, right? So, but if you're going to offensive mind, I like Michael Fuller. Quinn could be actually another good name as well, and that's somebody that we actually really looked at last year and didn't pan out. We couldn't make that happen. He went over to New Orleans, but second go around, maybe he's a guy that we definitely consider. Who knows? We can definitely see. Um, but again, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. I'm gonna go to the chat real quick, and for everybody watching on Instagram, because I'm also broadcasting this through Instagram. I don't do it that often, but I decided to go ahead and do it on Instagram. If you guys putting up questions, I'm not really checking that. Just make sure you guys hop over to the YouTube channel at Just Raiders Baby Podcast. You guys see there right under my name. Make sure you go to that channel, check in, hit that subscribe button, help me support the show, keep these lights on, keep bringing content like this on a weekly basis. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit those thumbs up, like this video, like the show for sure. 100% appreciate you guys doing that. But let me go ahead and go to my chat. Appreciate everybody jumping on tonight and interacting in that chat for sure. And I got the poll going, so y'all know. And if you guys are watching on Instagram, I got a poll going in YouTube. So feel free to go ahead and jump on over, put your vote in. Currently, I have asked everybody the question: do you like the Raiders hiring Pete Carroll? Currently, 94% yes, 6% no, with 16 votes casted so far. Make sure you guys go ahead and jump on that poll. I'm going to close it pretty soon. We're going to jump on to the next question. I'm not going to have too many questions on tonight. Those will come tomorrow morning. So make sure you guys turn on your notifications for that. 100%. Christopher Raiders. Remember, Wilson wanted to come to the Raiders last year. Yes, sir, he did. And we said no. So he went over to the Steelers. This might be that situation where it happens. It happens. The stars are lining up. We'll see. It makes sense for that relationship with Pete. He comes in cheap, and he can go ahead and stick it to the team that cut him, that's paying his salary. Because we're like pocket change. If he were to come here, we're paying him pocket change. To be honest with you, the meat of his salary comes from Denver. So literally, Denver would be paying him to play against them twice a year, maybe three if we go to the playoffs. Long shot. Don't hold me on that. That's a long shot that we make playoffs this year coming up, but at least twice a year they are paying Russell Wilson to play against them. That's fucking hilarious. Uh, so just think about that. Um, my guy Greg, appreciate you tapping in, brother. I feel like Jackson Dart or Dylan Gabriel will be a good fit with Pete Carroll. Yes, I liked those two. Also like Will Howard. He could be another option, and his stock is probably going to be rising, especially after winning the Natty, right? So he might go up to the second round. You never know. He'll probably be a third, but maybe even goes up to the second. Who knows? Um, he's a tall guy, 6'4", and we know what he's done. So again, this is all depends on who they bring in as the offensive coordinator. And mind you guys, Pete Carroll has a great record, track record with handling young quarterbacks. This, if you guys know USC, they've produced some of the premier top quarterbacks for the last few years. Not up until recent date. They haven't had that many, right? They're not the team they once was before in the last few years. And I know Leo likes me saying that, but back maybe like I don't know, 15 years ago, especially when he was there, they were powerhouse, they were juggernaut. Everybody was afraid of SC, producing guys like Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, you got Mark Sanchez, they're just producing these fucking, crazy quarterbacks. It was like a quarterback factory every year. Quarterback, Heisman, or Heisman running quarterbacks. These are Heisman caliber quarterbacks. They're just producing and recruiting from like all over, right? So Pete Carroll knows his way around a quarterback for sure. And this is the best guy that you can go ahead and have in place to, nurture and really develop a Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel, Will Howard, Shooter Sanders, or a Cam Ward, right? Any of those 5 names that I just gave you, Pete knows how to go ahead and really make these guys succeed, right? So it'll be interesting on what happens with that. So let me go ahead and continue on the chat. My guy Chris says, already know his OC, Grandpa P has his concerns. Yep. So the other thing is that supposedly he might bring in sons to come and coordinate. And it'll be on the offensive side. He has a son currently University of Washington, Brendan, and then he has his other son Nathan over in Carolina as a pass game coordinator. So that's the word currently. Don't know if that's going to be an actual thing. I mean, and this is done by a lot of the coaching. This is notorious in the NFL. A lot of the coaches like to bring in their family members to come in and be part of the team. I mean, we just saw AP with bringing in his son, Gruden, brought in Deuce. So, they love. I mean, we see like I call Shanahan as an example. That's all because of his dad. So my guy Mark, appreciate you tapping in, brother. Jackson Dart and Simon Fields. I like that. I'm not mad at that. For sure. Greg says, how about Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer as offensive coordinators? I would probably say no to that, but the only reason they really haven't done it, as far as I know, They haven't done it anywhere in the league. So I could be wrong. I really haven't been following Carson Palmer and Matt Leinart since they stopped playing. So if they are doing some type of OC bit somewhere, I wouldn't know. But yeah, I would like somebody more already kind of proven, more established. We're already falling in that trend set, right? We got Spy Tech, we got Pete Carroll. These guys are proven people. These guys have already done it. They've been in the league for so many years at the highest levels. Spy Tech helping to create that championship team in Tampa Bay. Pete Carroll in Seattle. We got to keep following that trend. I don't know if we would take such a risk with somebody who's unproven like that, right? My guy Tyler says Dylan Gabriel has no chance in the NFL. He's not that very good. I know as a height, a lot of people get stuck on. His accuracy is pretty good up to a certain point. He is a mobile quarterback. He scrambles pretty good. So Oregon was number one most of their season. So, and that has also to do with Dylan Gabriel. So he's probably gonna be up there round or two. So we'll see what happens. My guy Jaw, Patrick Graham hasn't signed. Pete Carroll wants him back. That's another possibility. Now, Patrick Graham was in contention for that job in Jacksonville. We see what happened with Liam Cohen. And now shit changes. Robert Saleh was in that mix, right? He was in Jacksonville when all this shit happened yesterday. And he was just like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm going fucking home. It's my fucking time, right? And he, it looks like Robert Saleh is going to probably take that gig in San Francisco. He might go back. That's what it's looking like. Don't know. Nothing has been said concrete. Everybody's saying it's most likely going to go ahead and lean that way, right? So if we can have Patrick Graham, I'm not mad at that. If he moves on, go somewhere else because Cincinnati ended up hiring somebody else. I forgot who they hired. So that leaves only a few places for Patrick to go. Cowboys already announced their coach, Schottenheimer. So he's going to be the new head coach out in Dallas. So that position is closed. And I forgot who else is. I think there's like maybe one more team or two more teams that have vacancies for head coach, and then that's it. So at least few options for Patrick. But it's not necessarily a bad thing that he did that. He's just trying to figure out his options, what's the best course for him. Right? And that's fine because I'm pretty sure he saw all this shit forthcoming. He's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna hang back. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna test out the market. I'm gonna see if I could try to get a head coaching gig out there somewhere. And if I can, great. If I don't, then we'll figure it out. Right. So I think that's where he's at. And being able to work with a guy like Pete Carroll, I think that only boosters up his resume. So especially having to work with Antonio Pierce this past year, that'll definitely be a boost back for him. My guy, Four Dog, I pray Pete stops the Raider tradition of bringing in washed up or washed out sloppy second quarterbacks. Facts. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's as far as talent in this free agency, there's not a whole lot. You got obviously Sam Darnold, but if you want Sam, you're gonna have to pay the price for him for sure. Even if he had that shitty game, they might knock off, a few mil here and there, but it's not gonna be a whole lot. You're still gonna pay the pretty price tag. You got Russell Wilson, you got Justin Fields, Trey Lance. I like Trey Lance. I wouldn't mind picking him up as a possible another backup, or you could possibly give that kid a shot. It's another. He's really haven't been. Trey Lance hasn't really done nothing in Dallas, and I saw that preseason game last year. He didn't look half bad. So you have him and Zach Wilson's another name. I don't like what Zach Wilson, so I don't think he's done anything. So I don't know. There's not too many names out there. So if you want to draft a guy, right, which it looks like it's going to be that way, I feel that no matter what, whether we're getting somebody at 6 or we're getting somebody in the second or third round, we still got to get a quarterback, no matter what. And that quarterback's going to sit behind somebody, that bridge, and it ain't going to be AOC. If not, we're going to end up winning 5 or 6 games again, maybe 7 if we're lucky, right? Again, depends who's the coordinator, but you still got to send behind somebody. So the field of talent right now is not a lot out there, right? My guy Mark Davis Hooker, no Wilson, please, no Wilson. Which Wilson? Which Wilson? Zach Wilson or Russell Wilson? Got to be specific. My guy Jaw, I won't be mad if Pete Carroll will draft Will Johnson. Pete loves his cornerbacks. He was a DB coach with the Bills before going to the Niners as DC. He was the one who had that crazy ass defense in the '95 championship. Facts. And that's another thing I did want to touch with you guys on that is that now the way that we might draft my shift, we might not go offensive. It might be a defense. Offense might be second. So we have the number 6 pick. Who do you guys think we're gonna draft? And I'm gonna poll that question in just a second. So make sure you guys, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go into that poll. Do you like the Raiders hiring Pete Carroll? Make sure you guys cast your vote. I'm about to end it in just a second. I'll put the next one up in a bit. Who do you guys think they're gonna draft? I think it's gonna be defensive. It could be offense. It could still stay offensive because Brady and Davis might override Pete and Spytek and let them know, hey, we need a quarterback. You need to go up and get Shador, or if you can't make that deal, then you need to get an offensive player at 6. But also, too, now you have Pete, who's a defensive-minded coach. He might get a Will Johnson. If Abdul's there, which is a stretch, because Abdul's stock is increasingly rising, he might not be at 6. So that's some food for thought for you guys, for sure, 100%. My guy, Basin SGV, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. If you weren't with us at 4 and 13 and 24, don't be with us in 5 and 12 and 2025. Facts, bro. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Don't expect a winning season, guys. Okay, I wanna kind of curb your guys' expectation because it's not being negative. It's just being realistic. It's just we have a lot of work to do, and it might not get done in one season. It usually takes about a couple seasons to get something really going. We have some of the pieces already in place defensively, obviously. Couple pieces offensively, right? JPJ, we got Brock Bowers. I mean, Myers is nice, right? Glaze ended up working out. Got Colton Miller. Terry Tucker's not bad. Obviously, if he goes straight, he's in. But if you have him run routes, gets a little tricky for him. But we still need a lot of work. So curb your expectations. It might not be a 9-8. It might not be a 10-7 season. Definitely not going to be 11-6. So, but you never know. Might happen. But just expect it to be that type of season for sure, 100%. Mike Armando, I agree with you, Jeff Dog. Tyler says not too many QB options in free agency, just a few mediocre ones. Facts. I mean, Cam and Shador, they're still going to be number one. They're going to be first rounders for sure. So I don't think they're going to fall too far down. I don't see them necessarily going number one. I'm gonna share something with you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys tap in. Something I saw from an interview. by the Titans. I'll just tell you guys that. Titans might change their thought process. Gotta tap in tomorrow. Find out for sure. My guy Basin says Sam Darnold or Wilson. Which Wilson? Zach Wilson or Russell? I'm assuming Russell. Darnold, but Darnold's too expensive. I don't know. Ford Dog, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Russell Wilson doesn't have a relationship with Pete. He went to the owner of the Seahawks to try to get Pete fired and got rid of him. Facts. That's also, I heard that also. So now I don't know. There's two conflicting reports. So now this is one of them, right? Because I did read that. He's not wrong. But I also heard that they have a great relationship. So I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I'd rather take Justin Fields. That's my take on that. But I don't know. Maybe Pete brings him in. I mean, and especially if this guy's cheap, who knows? I'm about to put the next question on for you guys in just a second. And appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Thank you guys for joining me on the show tonight. Make sure you guys check in and hit that subscribe button. Keep supporting the show. I am at 200. I am at 181 subscribers. I am trying to get to 250. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and keep supporting the show. I appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. For sure, 100%. And as I put this poll up again, give me you guys' thoughts on who do you guys think they will bring in at quarterback. Do we get somebody in free agency? And then if so, who do you guys think will be in? And okay. There you go, guys. Let's go ahead and get that poll going. For sure, 100%. My guy Tyler says, I'd rather have Wilson. Darnold had a good year his whole NFL career. He did have a good year. The only thing he fell off in that playoff game. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if that's attributed to the offensive coordinator or him. Probably both. But that wasn't really good. For sure. Let me see here. Let me jump on a little bit, catch up on these chats. Let's see. Josh says Pete can work with Aiden or whatever QB we got on draft day. This is the thing. I don't know if you can make AOC any more better. I mean, I think he has a ceiling, and I think we're seeing that ceiling. I don't know what else you can improve about him. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope maybe we already have our answer, but I don't think we do. So I don't know. And again, we need to get a good offensive coordinator in place to really find out that answer, right? That's the only way we're going to know is if we get somebody talented to come in and do that. I mean, we had McDummy a couple of years ago, but he had Garoppolo in for the beginning of the season. We really didn't see AOC till later on, and then we had Lombardi calling the plays. So there really wasn't a direction there. So I don't know how good AOC gets with Pete in there. Agree, my guy basically agree on Sam. He had one good year, but compared to what we got, I say it's an upgrade, especially with Pete's offense. He's like a QB that scrambles and makes things happen. Yes, facts. Again, it's that price tag. I don't know if we pay that price tag. That's the only thing. Yes, we have close to 100 million in salary cap. I think it's like 92 or something right now. We're up there. But I don't know if we're willing to go ahead and put majority of our eggs in one basket. Um, maybe this is something where we get somebody for another year or two as we're trying to develop this rookie quarterback, this rookie draft. Um, so we'll see what happens. Um, for dog, I don't pay $3,000 a seat to washed up Russell Wilson lose games. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about this. Again, I'm not a real Russell Wilson fan. I know I kept tabs on him when he's with the Steelers and all, but I don't know. I mean, he's going to be cheap. That's the only thing I could the only thing I could really say that's good about him. He's going to be cheap. He's obviously he's mobile. Um, he can make stuff happen, but to be like the consistent thing, no. If he's just gonna be a bridge. If we bring him here, he's gonna be a bridge. Don't expect him to be anything more than that, for sure. Um, poor dog. Aiden's gonna be a backup QB, and will not change that backs for sure. um, let's see here. Patrick is gone, bro. Pete is bringing in his own guys. We don't know yet. Obviously, PG didn't extend, so he is not. He's technically not the defensive coordinator right now. He's not under contract with the Raiders. So, but that doesn't necessarily rule him out not to come back. So there's that. My guy Jaw. Question. Let me put this up. Question: when is Pete Carroll's press conference? I can't wait for it. He's going to be running up to the podium to show people I'm still young, then do a fucking backflip. Talk that shit, Jaw. He might, bro. He might. They put out film on that dude doing some scrimmage game and running around and throwing the fucking football and shit, hitting guys fucking in the end zone. So I don't put it past him. Oh man. Josh says Dallas hired Bears defensive coordinator. Yep, Schottenheimer. Patrick Graham is part of the losing in Las Vegas. It's time for a change. I wouldn't mind a change. I don't. I mean, might as well fucking clean sweep, right? He's technically out in a sense, right? Because he didn't extend his contract. So who do you bring in at DC? And that's a question, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys now, I like Robert Leonard. Give that kid a shot. And I'll share something with you guys tomorrow. So make sure you guys tap into that morning show. I'm gonna give away all my secrets tonight. We just bullshitting tonight. But there's might be some things in the works for Robbie. I'm gonna just say that. My guy, James, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. My guy, my local guy here. Justin Fields, question mark. Maybe, bro. I like Justin Fields. I wouldn't mind him coming over. He'll be a longer term. I think you can bring him in here for 2 or 3 years. You can bring him on the same type of contract as Pete. See what happens. Again, depends who the coordinator is. That's going to be the pairing, man. And that's really going to see what's going to work, right? And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to really be announced, right? In consideration. So, and I went over some candidates earlier who I think that the Raiders should go ahead and consider. I really like Mike LaFleur. I think he's very talented, and I think he would definitely have a big part in the offense here in Las Vegas. The situation and what he has in LA. He's not really doing the play calls over there. So this really will be his thing where he can really run the show, run the offense his way. So, and he comes from the McVay tree. Love him or hate these guys. They are good. They are good. So we'll see what happens. Basin, I say trade down, stack on picks, get a bridge QB for next year, then draft, use picks we stack to move on and get our franchise QB. I don't know if you wait another year for that, and I think I know who you're talking about. I mean, I heard great things about him. I haven't seen him, um, and we're talking about Archie Manning. Um, but I don't know if you wait. I don't know if Raider Nation, if everybody in Raider Nation can wait another year uh, for a quarterback, that's really asking a lot. So I think they're gonna get their guy. They're gonna get their guy this year. Who's that gonna be? I don't know. Shadur could still fall to 6. That could still happen. I see his stock plummeting. He's definitely not going to go number 1. I'm just tell you that for sure. I'm gonna tell you that. My guy Jack, appreciate you for watching, brother. Thank you for tapping in. Basement says it's all the NFL teams, bro. All teams get sloppy seconds. Facts and sense, they all get sloppy seconds in some ways, shape, or form. The thing is, sometimes whatever system they land in, it fucking hits. Darnold, he hit in Minnesota, and it looks like with them, he's probably going to stay in Minnesota. They're probably going to try to re-sign him. They might want to keep McCarthy on the sideline, especially with an ACL tear. You don't know how he's going to shape out. You want to give that kid some time to kind of heal, recover, rehab, and then try to develop him. And if you can keep a guy like Sam Darnold, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you have the money and you have most of the weapons, you're not having too much need. Fuck it, resign him, and that's probably gonna be the case. All right, sorry about that. So I mean, it happens, right? And if you have the money in Minnesota, I mean, why not? Fuck it, right? My guy, I'll be okay with Chris Richard as DC. He had Dallas defense played great in 2017. Racked number 1 takeaways, number 2 in sacks, 5 in pressures, 2 points allowed. Jerry Jones let him go. Dallas fans were mad. I don't know. Let's take a look at him. Jerry Jones does not have a fucking great track record of handling his staff. I mean, that's why I was saying let's take a look at Mike McCarthy before Pete got announced, right? Because he was still available. We don't know the situation that happened in Dallas, and we know McCarthy is notorious for meddling, and he's active GM, right? There's no real GM. He's the GM, so I don't put it past that he probably vetoed a lot of shit that Mike wanted to do, that he thought is in the best direction of the team, and and he was like, no, we're not doing that. So now Mike McCarthy is a front runner for the last 2 teams that are looking to fill in their head coaching vacancies. So that's funny. That's funny. Salute to my guy Rafa. Appreciate you tapping in, brother. Watching as usual. Appreciate you, brother. Tyler says, I would like to get Will Howard. I think he could be a good NFL QB. I'm not mad at that. Again, I think if Dart is not there, if he's not available, he gets snatched up. Will Howard might be your option. And for the guys who are not on the Gabriel train because he's too fucking short, I understand that. Will Howard's gonna be your guy. He's tall, 6'4". We know it. We know what he can do. He just won the Natty, so that's gonna be your best option. He's gonna be probably available at 2. He's probably gonna go at 3, but he's gonna be available at 2. So we'll see what happens. My guy James says Pete Carroll is going to be calling plays. Um, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be calling the plays. Um, and that's what we're talking about is that who's he going to bring in as coordinator, right? As offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Maybe on the defensive side of the ball he might. Um, but offensively, that's going to be the question. You never know. He might give an opportunity for Robbie Leonard to come in and really take the helm at the defense. The guys love him. He has a great relationship with Max. He has that continuity. He's talented. Um, so might be an option. I'm gonna put it out there, guys. So just so you know. Um, let's see. My guy Jack says Pete's gonna be a bridge to build up the culture, then turn it over to big question. Who? Yes, that is the big question, brother. And that's what he does. He builds up the culture, he builds up staff, he builds up teams. But we know there's a shelf life for Pete Carroll. He's going to be 74 when the season starts. That's why it's only a 3-year, maybe a fourth team option. So the reins are going to be handed over, and that's usually, I mean, Raider coaches literally only last 2 seasons in our team. So I mean, have him be here for 3 and possibly 4. I mean, that's already we're already improving on that aspect. But whoever he brings in is going to be a long-term deal, right? Whoever's going to bring in to be the coordinators, right? Either offensive or defensively, if he doesn't know, right? If he doesn't have a planned successor, he's like, I'm gonna see these are the 2 guys I like. I'm gonna bring them in. I'm gonna see how they pan out. I'll make a decision, or I'll make that decision with Brady and Davis and see what they think and see who they like. So, you know, Jack says, hold on 1 second. Jack says, I didn't want Pete. Honestly, I wanted McCarthy. I know, and you're still getting a great coach who's experienced, who's seasoned, right? Who's very seasoned, right? But who has that experience, who's proven, winning proven, right? He's won championships. So I know a lot of people were looking for that, and we found that in Pete Carroll. So, but we're here now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he can really turn this team around, right, in the next 2 seasons, 3 seasons, really make that work. And it's going to be a long process. And this is the thing I'm going to advocate to you guys and make sure you have the patience, right? It's hard for us as Raider fans because we like instant gratification. I want to win now. I don't want to fucking win next year, in 2 years, 3 years. Fuck that. I'm not going to pay money to go see the Raiders fucking, not have a winning season, right? I understand that. But if you want long-term growth, you got to have that patience. It's a process. So we'll see what happens. Michael, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Thank you for watching. And if you guys need to show, thank you guys for tapping in. Make sure you guys check in, hit that subscribe button. Help support the show. Help to keep the lights on for sure, and helping me bring you guys great content for sure. 100% hit those thumbs. Make sure you guys like this video. Pete's gonna trade back and get more picks, maybe, and that's the question I have right now: is who do the Raiders? Do you guys think, since now we got Pete's a defensive-minded coach, are we gonna get an offensive or defensive player at 6? Make sure you guys cast your votes. Currently, 67% think yes, we'll get an offensive player. 33% says no. Only 18 votes have been casted. Make sure you guys go in there, cast your vote. Let me know what you guys think for sure. 100%. My guy James, cut Minshew ASAP. Oh, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen, especially with him breaking his shit. And it's just throwing arm. He's gone, and he just played awful. So, yeah, I see his parting ways from him for sure. Salute to my guy Arnie. Appreciate you tapping in, brother, for sure. He says, who would you like to be the the most hire for Pete Carroll? Shane Walden as offensive coordinator or Gus Bradley or other? And I talked about this earlier. Um, they are not on my list. Um, Actually, Gus, I want to know if I don't know how I feel about Gus Bradley. Maybe I wouldn't mind him. But I like Mike Floor. I like Clint Kubiak. Um, and then Bobby Slowick for offensive coordinator. Defense, I feel like we should give Robbie his shot. Give him an opportunity to go ahead and uh, come in to really come in and take a big role in the defense. He already has that relationship with the guys, and everybody speaks very highly of him. So we'll see what happens, but for sure, 100%. Appreciate everybody that was on the live stream. Appreciate you guys tapping in. I'm gonna actually restart that stream in just a bit. But appreciate everybody tapping in on that channel. Make sure you guys um, go and if you guys were watching, make sure you guys come over here because I'm not going to see your questions because uh, I'm not really actively monitoring that live. So for sure. Let me go ahead and restart this. But yeah, those are my takes. I think Robbie should get a shot. Salah. So Salah, I mean, I know he's most likely going to go to the 49ers. He hasn't signed yet. And since we're playing that game of, you know, you're not in the team until you actually sign on the dotted line game, just like Ben did and Liam Cohen did. Fuck it. Salah's fair game. Salah's fair game. You guys tell me what you guys think about that. Do you think Salah's a fair game? I think so. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? I definitely think he is fair game for sure, 100%. Let me go ahead and re-add this stream. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Josh says Pete fired Gus Bradley and replaced him with Dan Quinn. There you go. And we see what Dan Quinn, NFC fucking championship game. Comes from that tree, y'all. So that's another one. For sure. My guy Arnie says, can Pete make Minshew back to Pro Bowl form? No. I don't think nobody can, man. I think that's a lost cause. For sure, 100%. I think that's a lost cause. I just what Minshew had in Indy is he had a run game, he had blocking, he had Richardson. Totally different situation. He just came in a really shitty situation. We shouldn't have never gotten him. For sure. Space Beast, appreciate you tapping in, brother. Salute. T Mac, wide receiver at 6. Milrow or Dart in the second round, Scatterboo in the third. I like Scatterboo. I like Dart. Not on the Milrow train. Definitely like T Mac. If I'm going offensive, if I'm defensive, I'm taking Abdul if he's there. But if he's not there, I'm taking Will Johnson for sure. Rafa says, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Is Pitt really hired as a new head coach? Yes, he is. Announced today for sure. Let's see. Space Beast says draft offense. Kuntz and Chason are studs. Need to deploy weapons. Yeah, I mean, Kuntz, Chason was a gem of a pickup. Honestly, you get. I was on my guy's Raider AQ's channel earlier with the whole Rents interview earlier. And I'd said that you got to give Telesco his flowers. He was able to go ahead and get Bowers, JPJ Glaze. He picked up Chason. Chason ended up working really, really well for us. So now we're talking, we need to keep this guy, right? Sincere McCormick's another one. So he had his battles. He won certain things in certain places. Um, but yes, Chase on. I do like Coons. If he's cheap. If he's not, I think we can go ahead and part ways. So we'll see what happens. Arnie says, "Will P hire a bunch of retards at offensive defensive coordinator, or will he hire a new blow like Michael Ford?" I don't know. That is a question. That is a question. And I think that's really we're going to be looking. I think most people are going to be looking at the offensive coordinator because that's really where we're struggling. That's uh, literally the biggest problem right now. It's that offense, right? It just cannot get anything going consistently. So you need somebody who's talented enough, who knows, hey, this is where this is what areas we need to fix of this offense, right? If I'm trying to run this scheme, this type of system, I need to go ahead and have these areas fixed. And that's gonna get relayed to Carroll. That's gonna get relayed to Spytech, and they know now going into the draft. All right, cool. I mean, if you watch Raiders football, you should know, right? I mean, we all fucking know what areas need to be addressed, but some areas are more important, more dire than others, right? Running backs, we can get running backs in the third round or fourth round, right? Um, Quarterback's a little bit a different situation. Obviously, if we're able to get somebody at six, great. If we can't, we're gonna have to wait till the second, third. We don't go into the fourth and try to draft a QB. We're gonna have slim pickings, right? So that's the thing. Uh, O line, we can get in the later rounds. We're gonna get some comp picks in the sixth, so we're gonna have three comp picks. So we're gonna be able to pick up offensive players from in those rounds. So that's the thing. It's gonna be depending on who's gonna be the coordinator, right? Um, but yeah, Arnie says reality. ALC will start with rookie quarterback plus bad free agent QB class. I don't know. It's not a great class, but there's some out there we're talking about. So again, it depends. I mean, they're already throwing the Russell Wilson connection out there because of the Seattle connection, right? So it just depends. I don't think we should go that route, but I like Fields. I don't mind Trey Lance. Um, if you want somebody more seasoned, Darnold's going to come with a hefty price tag. That's it. That's it. I mean, um, if they really want to spend that money, cool. All right. Then I guess we're going to have to compensate in other areas. I mean, we're going to have to draft our wide receivers, right? We're going to have to go heavy on the wide receivers and get two at least in those two third rounds. Got to get receivers. Or get one in the third, one in the fourth. It just depends. Um, Space Beast. I'm all in on T Mac. Alien dudes, 6'5", insane hands, better than T Higgins and Mike Evans. Facts, bro. T Mac's a beast. T Mac's a beast. I like if we're. I hope and I really hope that we get tall receivers because I feel like that's what we really need, right? T Mac's fucking tall as fuck. I like Trey Harris. I like Jaden Higgins. These are all tall receivers. Ricky White from UNLV, tall receiver. These guys will be available. And I don't want people to panic if T Mac's not available at in the second or third, third round. T Mac's gonna go in the first, right? We just don't know exactly where. But then you gotta get guys like Trey Harris, Jaden Higgins, Ricky White, Horton from Colorado State, tall receiver, another guy we can go ahead and definitely look into for sure. Tyler says, hopefully we get a rookie QB. It'll be much more exciting, but probably we'll get a washed veteran, maybe. But that's the thing. You have to put your draft pick behind the seasoned quarterback. Preferably not one who's washed somewhat or mid-level, because that's all. If we're putting our faith in this prospect, right, and this quarterback prospect, then you don't want to keep him on the sideline for too long, right? 2 seasons max, and then you want to try to test out and see what he can really do. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Michael says, "Do you think they'll stay at 6?" I don't know. I don't know, brother. I don't know if they stay at 6. That's the thing. We know what Brady and Davis wants. They want Shador. Are they willing to roll the dice to potentially get Shador at 6 if he were to fall that low? I don't know. They If you do a deal, you're gonna do it with Cleveland because for one, we know Cleveland's not gonna draft Shador. Um, I hope not. They might try to, but that would kind of be a stupid move because I'm pretty sure Dion's gonna try to block that, and the Sanders will block that, and I'll be like, I'm not gonna go play for your fucking team. Trade me, right? Where are they gonna make that deal with? It's only the Giants and the Raiders, right? I mean, you can get other teams probably behind that boat, um, but really, it's going to be those two teams. So you make your deal. You're going to make your deal in this number 2, because at number 3, they're going to get a quarterback. If one's available, they're getting one for sure, 100%. Arnie says, "I hope Pete hires young creative coordinators, not past recharge for the last 20 years." Facts. Robbie Leonard, defensive coordinator Michael for OC. What do you think? I love that. Love that, brother, for sure. I fucks with that. I hope that happens because that if you got Pete, older guy, and you got young coordinators under him, we're gonna be good for a long time. If one of those two guys inherits the team, that whole about us, you know, not having a longevity in our coaching staff, that'll be all dismissed from there. Sure can happen, but for sure, you know. My guy Christopher is appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Good night. Have a good one. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Um, Space Beast, C4. They haven't exploded yet, but look at Atlanta, Beijing, London. I can't figure out why they don't get their tight end the ball. We can't get, but we can get the wide receiver and running back in this draft. Yep, for sure. We definitely will. Let's see. My guy Arnie says Will Johnson at 6. Will Johnson, T Mac or Graham, Carter, Shadur, Hunter will be gone. Might. They might be there. The quarterbacks might be there. One of them might, not both, but one might. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. There's some shit about that. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow for sure. Appreciate you, Rudy, for tapping in. Welcome. Gracias, brother. Let's see here. Arnie says we're not getting Archie Manning only if you start Minshew White with Getsy back to Tango. Yeah, I don't know if we can endure another year of that. For sure. Jack says I've been in behind to 74. It's just another year. Manning would be better than Sanders or Ward Ewers in the 3rd round. Yeah, I mean, I know. I don't think we'll get him. I mean, crazy shit has happened, bro. But yeah, I don't think the Raiders would wait that long for Manning. Yeah, I don't really see it happening. If you get like Fields or Ward, I mean, you get Fields or Russell, maybe they do it. I don't know, but you're not gonna have you're not gonna be at 6. You're gonna be at you're definitely not gonna be at 1. So you have to trade up for that. You're definitely not gonna be at 6. We're gonna be somewhere in the top 20. And I don't think that gets it done. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate your brother for watching. Seahawks fan here. I'd load the server in Black forever. I can't help but smile for Raiders fans today. Best of luck with Coach Repeat. I mean, okay, bro. I mean, you guys won a championship with that fucker, so I don't know what I don't know what you were tripping about. Like, come on now. The guy got you a Super Bowl, bro. You didn't come and hate. Okay. Take the sloppy seconds, man. Space Beast, bro. Texans DTs were out of our old draft picks. Jahan and Mario awards What the fuck? I got Arnie. Biggest question is who is Pete Carroll's OC? Play calling must be young, creative, aggressive. Yes, for sure, 100%. Um, my guy Jeff tapping in. Let's see here. No is only left with one. No is only one left with no coach. Oh, New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans. So say there you go. And that's what I was saying. I think McCarthy might go there, bro. McCarthy's the top candidate now because he's the only one. He's the only one in PG. I don't know who else is in the Sala. Technically, he hasn't signed with the Niners. He hasn't signed pen to paper because it looks like we all doing that now. So if he doesn't sign a contract, he's not officially in. But it looks like Sala will go to San Francisco. I don't know if he interviews or not over there. See what happens. Arnie says Pete can be the QB whisperer turn AOC to Pro Bowl. Says no, no. I think that'll be taken act from God, bro. As far as I know, Pete is not an ordained minister. Oh man. Let's see. Pete is a defensive coach and not a play caller. Yep. So it's gonna be important who gets that position for sure. And I'm glad you brought this up. Nate Carroll, offensive coordinator, Norton Jr. as a defensive coordinator. What do you think? I don't know about Norton being a defensive coordinator. That might happen, but I think that's the wrong Carroll though. I think it might be the other brother. It might be Brandon and Mike that. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the thing. He's talked about that. So I hope and I get it. It's nepotism and all that, and that's fine, whatever. That's all fine and dandy, but you know, oh man. I really hope they really take that position seriously and really go out and interview candidates. And just so you guys know, they still have to fulfill the Rooney Rule, so they have to interview at least two people from diversity backgrounds, right? We're gonna that's a politically correct term, but people of color to fulfill that rule. So people of color or um, you know, women are also part of that mix as well. So that's part of the ring rule. My guy Rafa, appreciate you watching. Arnie says, Arnie, I gotta tell you, last few years quarterbacks wasn't very bad because they had Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and JJ McCarthy, but this year they gave the hype to Sanders and Ward because honestly, bro, that's the only real QBs that stand out. But now that we just got done with the college season, I mean, you got Will Howard, you got Jackson Dart that are being named and talked about that their stocks are rising. Dylan Gabriel, he hasn't gone down, but he hasn't really gone up. And I think he's gonna stay at that third round spot, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't see him going any farther up from where he currently has, right? Unless something changes in the combine, he wows people, shit could happen. Really quick, I appreciate everybody tapping in on Instagram Live. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys hop on over to YouTube. And putting your questions here. Vote. I do have the poll up. Again, the question is, do the Raiders draft an offensive or defensive player at 6? 71% says offense. 29% says defense. So actually, that switched. 68% now says offensive player. 32% says defensive with 25 votes currently casted. Make sure you guys go into that poll. Make your vote count. Let your voice be heard. Jay Raider wants to hear your opinion for sure, 100%. My guy Ja. Let's see. I was pissed at Dallas because Salah was looking at better offers than Dallas hired their head coach 30 minutes later. Salah got signed with the Niners and put it on their IG welcome back or some shit like that. Okay. Yeah, and you said Yeah, Robert Sala just signed 2 hours. Okay, there you go. So now we know he's out of the picture. But again, it's so that you gotta sign pen to paper, pen to paper. If not, they're fucking fair game. Look at Cohen. Look at Cohen. I don't know if you guys really knew what happened because I'll share this story with you guys because um I was really following the whole spy tech shit. But basically, um Cohen, so Cohen was in the front running for the Jacksonville head coach position, right? And he went to interview. He did the first interview, and then he said, "You know what? I'm good. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna stay where I'm at." Tampa ends up giving him a big raise, right? Cool. He said, "I'm down. I'm gonna stay in Tampa for sure." Next day, uh, I think he gets a call from Jacksonville through his agent or some shit, and they fucking. I think the whole kicker, the way he didn't like the whole deal was their GM was still there, Brent, whatever, right? They get rid of his GM. They call him up. They sweeten the pot. Let him know, hey, you can come and pick your GM. And the Bucks were trying to get hold of him that whole day. Told them, ghosted them for half a day. Told them like they had to go. They had to go take his kid to the doctor or something. Use a kid excuse. I went back to Jacksonville, did the second interview, and they were working the shit out. And that's where all this shit just fucking blew up. Where it's like now he's pulling a fucking Ben Johnson where he's saying he's gonna kind of come here. Now he's doing, he's going back and doing something else type shit. And everybody got worried about Spy Tech because Spy Tech hadn't signed and it's pen to paper, right? So if you haven't had pen to paper, you haven't signed your contract, you're fair game. It doesn't exclude any other team coming in and outbidding you or giving you a better offer, whatever, right? So that was the whole shit. That was a whole debacle last night. And they had to get the Spy Tech deal finalized, and they did. So it's crazy. Jaden, appreciate you tapping. Jay, how did you tune into the JT Brick show today? I saw part of it. I didn't get to see the whole thing. I was working today. Let me know what happened. Did anything good happen? I hope it did. I tried to tap in throughout my day. It just got a little bit tied up, and I couldn't listen in a whole lot. But I was listening in for a little bit. Then I had to get on off. Space B says Johnson's injury scared me at 6. In today's game, offense is more important than a lockdown corner when 4 receivers are deployed. I can see that point of view for sure, bro. And I think depending how Jacorian Bennett comes back, he was playing really good this year until he blew his ACL, and that went to shit. And it is such a tough break, but I hope he comes back better than ever. But we have him. So I have Jack Jones. I don't know if they can keep him or not. If he fixes his game a little bit, he's going to be way better. But again, I don't know. He doesn't have a great track record with some of the coaching, with coaching staffs out there. We see what happened in New England. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Arnie says, "What are your thoughts on rookie GM impact on the team success?" Well, Spy Tech is a rookie, but here's the thing: Spy Tech's been doing it for a long time. He's not a rookie. He was involved in bringing Brady over, then brought in Gronk. He's been heavily involved in that draft. Let's just say what he's panned out from those drafts in Tampa Bay have worked out pretty good. And I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but this guy was meant for this position. And he's finally coming into his role. That's probably why Champ hasn't gotten it yet. I don't know how long Champ has been AGM for, and how involved he's been in the processes. Obviously, going through 2 or 3 GMs hasn't helped. in such a short time, but that's probably why he hasn't gone to the next level yet. You gotta do the position well before you get considered, and you gotta do a certain area. So sometimes AGMs do certain parts, like one, let's say the GM is not really strong suited for like free agency signing. They're more focused on draft. They'll let their AGM kind of do the free agency signings, vice versa. So it just all depends. But Spytek is not. He's a rookie, but he's not new to the game for sure. Um, Space Beast says, "I'm saying offense in round one. Scared of Michigan quarterbacks injuries. Okay, for sure. Um, he says, but I think Spytek and Carroll will move up and down the board. Maybe. I hope so. I hope we see some good shit come out of this draft. We're gonna do a mock draft pretty soon, guys. I was kind of waiting for us to lock down this GM and head coaching position. So I can kind of see more or less the direction that could possibly go. Obviously, we won't know too much until the rest of the staff is kind of gathered together. But at least I got direction now on kind of how they would go. But we're probably going to do that probably another week or two. I got my guy Raiders AQ tomorrow. Make sure you guys tap in for that morning show. He's a co-host along with the Go-To and I, Josh. They have their show every week. You guys know Josh, the Go-To and I, notorious on Instagram and Twitter. They host a show together. He's going to be coming on the show. I'll see about Josh eventually coming down to the show as well. But that's my guess. I have other guests. I have possibly a big name coming in the morning show in the next few weeks. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Stay up to date on the shows, guys, because I'm trying for this morning show, the Saturday morning show. I'm trying to do big things. I have a lot of big things planned for it. I have such a good turnout. I want to bring you guys the best content, and I'm gonna have that kind of guest show spot on Saturdays, Mondays. I might just kind of do it. I might ride solo, or I might have a guest once in a while. You know how we do it on Wednesday, every damn Wednesday at 7 p.m. I got my dudes, the Rated Connection, Cheetah Linus, Jeff New England Booster, and my boy Ellie Rated 10. We do the damn thing. And that's we have guests on there once in a while, but it's mostly all four of us, and we do the panel type setup. So we'll see. My guy Lord, sorry, I had your question up. Even more back slightly in the first to acquire more picks. We can. That may be an option. If there's really nobody available by the time they get to us, why not? Fuck it. Down for that, for sure. Desiree, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Mike Sarnisi is still a cornerback from I don't know. What's that? I don't know what that means. He stayed healthy. Okay, I don't know exactly. That looks like a downward chart, bro. Yeah, could be a possibility. Let's see. Space Beast, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and maybe 2 quarterbacks in the draft. Go heavy in free agency on guards and cornerback. Damn, bro. You double dipping. You double dipping in everything. All right. No defense? What about defense, man? Yeah, we need some depth. Gotta add some depth on that, my guy. Jeff is like, fuck no. I know how Jeff feels on that. I don't mind double dipping. I don't mind double dipping, but I'll only double dip on one. Either I'm double dipping on my receivers or I'm double dipping on the running backs. But I'm getting a defensive guy. You can't ignore it. You gotta get a corner, you get a safety, you get a defensive edge, you get a tackle, and just create a little bit more depth on that defensive side. We got to plan the future. You always got to keep that in mind. Get some depth on that for sure. Arnie says this NFL draft is strong in running back, wide receiver, tight end, linebacker, defensive edge, and safety. Weak end quarterback, O line, defensive tackle, and corner. We need more draft capital. Trade Jack Jones, Minshew, Zamir White, Andre James, Tyree. Yes or no? Damn, bro. Ruthless, ruthless. I like it though. Definitely. Minshew. I don't know the fuck would take Minshew. Send him to Cleveland. You could, yeah. You can send all those guys. You know, if you package these guys up and throw in one of those comp picks at 6, fuck it. You could do a comp pick at 6 and then trade with Cleveland. There you go. They got a quarterback, a backup quarterback to what's his name? I forgot his name. Watson. There you go, for sure. Space. I'm just feeling like we're heavily invested in the D line. We need to allocate some resources elsewhere. Elsewhere, need offensive playmakers that a QB can drop in and go boom for show. You like Trey Smith? Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. I agree. Receiver, running back, receiver. Definitely need a tall one. If we could take one out of that draft, one solid one, I'll be happy for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Arnie says free agents. I want Godwin, Harris, Trey Smith, keep spelling Morig, Draft Johnson, Dart, Henderson, Golden, first 3 rounds. I like Godwin. I don't mind Najee. Trey Smith, okay. Definitely got to keep Spillane and Morig. I like those guys. The only thing they're letting Morig test out free agency. Now, I don't know if that's going to change. I hope that changes the spy ticket now. That might spy ticket and Pete. Pete's going to really have that say on that part on Morig. I hope he changes his mind. Draft Johnson, yep. We definitely get Dart. I like Henderson. Motherfucker's a beast. Golden first rounds. Facts, brother. Facts. For sure. Let's see here. Arnie says Brendan and Nate Carroll are offensive game coordinators on the Panthers. Yep. Yeah, I said that earlier. So Brendan's an actual OC in Washington. Nate's a passing game coordinator in Carolina. So that's the word on the street that P wants to bring in his boys over to help coach. I hope if they do come in, that's fine. I don't know if you stick with those guys as a coordinator though. I just hope they really put some thought into that. If it's nepotism, fuck it, so be it. But it is what it is. My guy, Mark, appreciate you for tapping in. Just watch the tape on Dart. This kid is going to be special. His teammates with Jackson Powers Johnson in high school broke most of Eli Manning's record at Ole Miss. Talk that shit, my boy. Yep. I mean, honestly, salute to my guy, Raider Rebel. He's the one who turned me on to that. I know my guy LV Rated 10 talks highly about that dude. I've been watching Dart for the last few months now, and so yeah, I like that guy. Definitely pick him up in the second if he's there. Fucking get that dude. Get that dude. Call it a day for sure. Salute to my guy Rundown. Appreciate you, brother. What the fuck are you doing live this late? Go to sleep. God damn it. I know, man. But I wanted to talk to my people. I want to talk to my ride or dies, everybody tapping in and watching. Appreciate you guys so much for joining me on this live. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for your boy right here. Help me support this show. Keep it going. Trying to get to that 250 mark. Trying to get to 500, to be honest with you guys. Help me get there. Help me keep bringing great content to you guys week in and week out. Hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date. Turn on notifications. I broke that fucking P. Carroll news early in the motherfucking morning. I was literally getting ready for work. I'm like, oh shit, they made it fucking official. Let me cut a reel real quick. And I did it. It took me a few takes. I did it and I posted it on Instagram and on YouTube. Want to let you guys know because some people ain't awake yet. Shit. I mean, the whole spy tech thing, same shit. Like, I was a little bit late on that, but the whole thing with Carroll being announced, I was like, damn, man, I'm about to jump on for work. Got to hear this shit. So, but make sure you guys turn on notifications, stay up to date with that. Really important, and I appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're about to wrap this up in a little bit. Let you guys go. I didn't know it was this late, but I wanted to jump on, talk about P, talk about the future. Really, we're gonna continue this conversation tomorrow morning, y'all. Don't think this is over and done with for sure. We're gonna keep this thing going tomorrow morning. I'm bringing my guy Raiders AQ. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about Pete Carroll, Spy Tech, what he thinks about this whole ordeal, who he wants to go ahead and have the Raiders come in and bring in the coordinator and the defensive coordinator, and then his interview with Mitch Rentz that happened earlier tonight. Him and Josh, the GOAT 209, they interviewed Mitch Rentz from the Raiders Report. Salute to my guy, Mitch Rentz. If he's watching, appreciate you, brother, for sure. But I'm going to have him on tomorrow. So make sure you guys tap into that for sure. Let's see. My guy, Arnie. Is there any position coaches you would keep from AP staff other than Robbie? I don't know, man. Offensively, probably not. We might have to get that, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Arnie says, would you trade up to the second pick for Shadur or Cam? Give up six pick, second round pick, and first next year. Agree or disagree? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but Brady and Tom might. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move. Because this thing could go so many ways, and I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow because there might be a game changer coming in this draft. So you might just have to wait. Maybe they fall to you. Who knows? Who knows? Because we know one thing as a parent, Deion says he's not gonna let his son go to two teams. There's only a couple teams he'll go to, and so I doubt Tennessee and Cleveland are those. We'll see what happens for sure. My guy, appreciate you for tapping in. As always, my ride or die jaw. Appreciate you, brother. You have a good night. My guy, Arnie, we have 27 free agents of our own. Can you only pick 3? Who would it be? By priority, for sure, Spillane, Chase on, and then oh man, I had the other one too. It's all defensive players. I'm missing one. I forgot who else is Morig. I feel like there's another one though. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. It'll probably come to me in a bit, but for sure, Spillane and Chase on. I want to keep those guys. I don't know about Kuntz. Again, depends on the price tag. Diablo, we can go ahead and possibly upgrade from him. I feel that we definitely could for sure. Let's see here. All right. And let me go ahead and go over the pool that I got. Again, I asked you guys, do the Raiders draft an offensive or defensive player at number 6? 67% have voted offense, 33 have voted defense with 30 votes. And I appreciate everybody casting your vote. I'm about to close the poll in just a second, so make sure you guys go in there. If you haven't cast your vote, make sure you guys go ahead and let me know what you think. For sure, 100%. My guy Jack says LaFleur. I'm telling y'all, Mike might be Mike is good. I like Mike. It might be Mike might be a guy that we bring in. I hope we do. I hope we bring him in for an interview. I hope we put that request out for him. I would love that. That think about that, y'all. P. Carroll, Mike LaFleur, Robbie Leonard. That'll be a bad motherfucking coaching staff right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mike Arnie says, rumors have it Carroll Brothers running the offense. Defense will be Riverboat Ron. Yeah, that's floating out there. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've seen teams do this. We've seen coaches do these type of things. Um, Not so high up where they're having a very integral part of the team. I mean, we saw where AP put his boy. We see where Drew Scruden is at when John brought him over. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yes, they are running. They're part of offenses. I mean, one of them, Brendan, is running the offense for Washington. So could be possibility. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I hope we just interview more people for sure. Uh, Ryu Ken, appreciate you for watching, brother. Uh, he says Mike was an scapegoat with the Jets. Salah never wanted to get rid of him, and he did well with all the QBs except Zach Wilson. There you go, for sure. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Thank you, thank you. Uh, I got Jack loving the chat. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat, everybody tapping in tonight, joining me on this Friday night. Now, some places Saturday morning depends where you're at. I know if you out in Jeff's neck in the wood, it is pretty late, so it's a late night talk. But I just wanted to jump on. I honestly shot for like 30 to 45 minutes. Is going on 2 hours. I'm chopping it up with you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're new to the show, again, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are supporting the show. Tap in for more content as I bring it to you guys. Help me keep these lights on for sure, 100%. Um, uh, let's see. Arnie says, would you hate it if we traded for Hendon Hooker or Joe Milton? The whole Hendon Hooker thing, I think, died when Ben went to Chicago. I don't know. Milton, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at that. But I don't know about Hendon Hooker. I don't know. Um, especially if this whole thing with Russell Wilson pans out. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. For sure. Um, I want Patrick Graham back as DC. Um, might be, might be, might happen. You don't know. We'll see what happens. My guy Jeff, New England Booster. I'm listening while I play video games on my laptop. LOL for sure. Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. I know you haven't been as vocal on this show, and there's a lot of shit being thrown out. So, for sure. But tomorrow, make sure you bring the questions for sure, because I know everybody's gonna have a lot of questions. We're gonna revisit some of these topics, and get I guess perspective on this. And I'm very interested in what he has to say about Pete Carroll, about Spy Tech, on the direction that the Breeders are going in, on what direction they're going to continue going in, because that is a lot of the questions. Bro, you have a phone. You have a phone. You can watch the show on your phone. I listen to you on the phone sometimes. My guy Greg, appreciate you for watching, brother. Watch Ben be like Josh McDaniels calling back to New England. Maybe, bro. Maybe. The whole thing that everybody's shedding on him now is because he's introverted, right? So they're saying that he's gonna be McDaniels 2.0. I don't know. Might happen. Might happen. You never know. That's gonna be the question. Can he really do it in Chicago? The thing is, you might be a great offensive mind, but you gotta, be also be able to lead men. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, um, I'm going to this museum. Cool, man. I hope you have fun and enjoy your time with the family for sure, 100%. Uh, Super Bowl prediction for who? Us or? Oh, okay. I think like in general. It might be the Commanders. I hope it's the Bills though. If it's Bills Commanders, I'm not mad at that. If it's Bills Eagles, I'm not mad at that either. I just don't want the fucking Eagles in there. Commanders look fucking good, man. But they are gonna be playing in Philly. Not too far of a stretch from where they're at. So it's gonna be a good game for sure. Jaden Daniels, man. If he fucking makes it to the Super Bowl as a rookie, shit. Man, motherfucker. Motherfucker. That's all I know. My guy Jack BJ can now suck at BJ, not a Raider. Bill. Okay, Jeff says Bills and Redskins. There you go. Bill, Buffalo and Washington. But yeah, I'm the same boat. I don't really call them. It's hard for me to call them Commanders. It doesn't come off natural, but Redskins for sure. It's a way to go, man. I don't know. It'll be funny. Arnie says McDummy will ruin Drake May. Probably, bro. We'll see what happens. He doesn't have a great track record. And it ain't Brady. So Drake May is not Brady. So I don't know how he's gonna do over there. But whatever. Redskins versus Bills. Come on. Maybe, bro. Some say maybe. I mean, Jaden Daniels is fucking balling out. He's coming alive at the right time, but I really, really gonna watch that fucking Bills versus Chiefs game because I want fucking Josh Allen to come in and destroy the motherfucking Chiefs in Arrowhead. Literally send them to their houses with the balls in the sling. Put it out there for y'all. All right, y'all. We're about to wrap this thing up. Before I do, I'm gonna share the final tally of the poll. Again, ask you guys do the Raiders draft offensive or defensive player at 6. 68% said offensive, 32% said defensive, 34 votes. Appreciate you guys for participating in that. That poll is now closed. I will do some more tomorrow morning. I'm gonna think up a couple things overnight. See what I come up with. But yeah. Take this last chat and I'm gonna wrap it up. Greg says, I'm not tripping on Pete Carroll. He knows Andy Reid, Sean Payne, and John Harbaugh. Plus, I think you mean Jim. Plus Pete can beat them. Yeah. So John is he's a head coach at Baltimore. Jim is part of the Chokers. So Pete is Jim's kryptonite, just so y'all know. And now he will be competitive with the other two as well. So it's all about how they're going to put this team together. Like I know me and Jeff had said, if we can split the division games, go 3-3. I'm happy with that, and then win a few games on the side. Cool. If we can run the division and maybe not win so many games outside of the division, that's cool too. These division rivalry games, man, just bring something out of me. It's just the bad blood. It's easier for I get no loss is easy, but it's easier to swallow it if it's somebody outside the division than inside the division. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that. But again, appreciate you guys for tapping in. As usual, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Again, I am trying to get to 250 subscribers. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, support the show, help to keep the lights on, help me to bring you guys more great content. And I don't have to go ahead and shut this fucking channel down because they ain't getting no subscribers. But make sure you guys hit those numbers as well. Appreciate everybody tapping in with me on this Friday night. I'm about to call it a night in just a second. I gotta get up early. I gotta do the morning show, guys. I got Raiders AQ tomorrow. It's gonna be a great show. Fun. And again, like I said, a lot more coming from that Saturday morning show. Make sure you guys tap in, turn on notification. Good morning, Raiders tomorrow, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys tap in for that. Raiders AQ. He is the co-host with Josh, the GOAT 209. They have their show weekly. He will be my guest tomorrow, and we're going to be chopping it up. Pete Carroll, Spy Tech, offensive coordinators, free agency, all the whole works. We're deep dive into some more shit because I only tapped into a little bit of my notes. I wanted to take a lot more Q&A and really chop it up and really get you guys' thoughts on the whole Pete Carroll thing. You guys' take on that. So make sure you guys tap in for that morning show tomorrow. I'm trying to line up this big names for you guys on Saturday. So make sure you guys turn on those notifications. I'm gonna be putting it out there. I had my guy Jeff, New England Booster. He was my inaugural one. I got Cheeto Linus was my second one. We had Raider Rundown last week. He just popped in. My boy Raiders AQ will be on tomorrow, and then next week, working on that. So we'll see what happens and try to get those names for you guys. So make sure you guys tap in. As always, you guys can find me in my socials, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and X at JRaider_505. That's JRaider_505. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting a lot of shit first on Instagram before I do like on Threads or TikTok or X, or even on YouTube. Usually Instagram is going to be the forefront. So make sure you guys give a follow on there. Stay up to date because sometimes I turn out of habit. Sometimes I turn into there before I come into YouTube, but YouTube doesn't follow far behind. So yeah, for sure, turn on notifications for sure, 100%. But again, I appreciate everybody who came out, who's in the building right now, still watching. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I appreciate everybody supporting, everybody showing up for these shows. Appreciate you guys so much. But I hate to leave you guys. I don't want to do it, but it's getting pretty late here. I got to do the morning show in the morning. But with that, I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific for Good Morning Raiders. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace. Go fucking Raiders. We're on to greater things, guys. The boat is moving forward. We'll get to the harbor soon. Appreciate you guys. It's tomorrow. Just Raiders, baby.